Hey guys, welcome to another video for the Unfound Anamnesis. My name is Matt Emery. What do you get when you cross a Christian and a pagan? Something larger than life, something highly imaginary, something colorful, and no, not the Easter Bunny. It's the Unfound Anamnesis. So this is going to be a video about co-creation. Unfound Anamnesis has been going on behind the scenes between partners for about 2.5 years. And as a soul act, a soul endeavor by Dillon, there's a slip for you, by Dillon for about 8 years. And it's not easy working with a partner. I was somebody who just figured I would only ever do creative endeavors by myself. And yet I see one of my fiction mentors with other people's names on his fiction books all the time. And I think, man, it is not easy to work with somebody on something as big and as elaborate as a fiction, fantasy, or really a business. And so how do you come together and bring your strengths together to create something where 1 + 1 = 3? And so if you're considering entering into a business endeavor or a creative endeavor, I think you'll find something really valuable in this video. If you just like following the Unfound Anamnesis and you want to hear how it all comes together, then all the same. About 3 years ago, Dillon was my boss. And every Friday, we would do these meetings where we'd talk about what we wanted to accomplish. And so it was called an AIM assessment. And the idea was to get really clear on our goals and to understand the really efficient fuel source that was going to drive us in the direction of these goals, while simultaneously not having to think about our achievements over the weekend so we could just relax. So it was a Friday morning, we'd have this meeting, we'd write down everything that we wanted to do. And the key aspect of this meeting was, okay, that's what you want to do. You want to sell a certain amount. You want to achieve a certain thing. You want to make a certain amount of money. You want to buy a certain thing. Well, why is that important to you? And people write down their answer. Well, that's important to me because, whatever. And then you take it a step further. Well, that thing is important to me because, and you go a layer deeper and a layer deeper. And I was always finding that when I got as deep as I could go and this big smile or this tear would happen, that it had something to do with creating a world free of judgment, an observational world where we could all just take steps forward in our evolution in this like kumbaya type loving place. And Dillon said, I really want to be a pillar of possibility. And I really want to help people evolve and take all these steps forward. And we always danced around the language, we always said it in different ways. But in essence, what we were saying is we wanted to create an escape for escapists into a place where it was free of judgment and everybody felt welcome. And we could all take steps forward to something that we knew was good, where we could feel like ourselves and we could feel really loved. And that's the mission of the Unfound Anamnesis, is to create this world, this escape that you can dive into and you can move forward in your evolution in a place and in a position where you feel like, okay, I'm welcome here exactly as I am. And realizing that we had that one great core value aligned, we started working on some fiction novels, separate fiction novels. And Dillon one day, he's like, man, I just love plotting. I'm world class at plotting. I'm really good at putting together stories, but dang it, I just wish I could write better. Maybe someday I'll be able to plot and someone who loves writing can just be the writer. And I'm like, yeah, maybe someday. I hope you find that person, whoever that person might be. Definitely not me. I'm working on my own stuff. Like, I'm a soul endeavor kind of guy. I'm a lone wolf and you're a lone wolf. but I hope you find whatever you're looking for. Maybe you'll just get better as a writer, whatever. And then here we are today, as partners. And the more we talked about our stories and the more we talked about our philosophies, the more, Dillon would go left and I would go right, but we knew that both of us were seeking that same thing. It just began to make more sense for us to work together. So there were other core values. There were other things that were really important for us to have in common with the person that we were going to create something huge with. And it's important for us as well to share those same things with the collaborators, the hybrids that come in and work with us on the Unfound Anamnesis, people like you, a hybrid, and Dillon and I are the arcs, and you're the later generation, that we share some of these values. It's things like good communication. It's things like discovery over definition, that we don't come in and say, I know. In fact, we love the phrase, I don't know. Creativity, intellect. These are some of the things that we look for in each other and why we were drawn to one another. This is the type of thing that we're looking for in future hybrids and future collaborators like yourself. And so if you want to be a part of this, if you like that mission, we find that Dillon and I come from Michigan. He comes from over here. I come from here in Michigan. That we have some natural ignorances, and we don't want to be ignorant. We really want to create a world where everybody feels inclusive, and yet we are ignorant. And so the only way to ensure that Bistunia and the world of the Unfound Anamnesis is vastly representative of everybody is if we collaborate and we say, I don't know. And so you can message us, unfoundanamnesis@gmail.com. You can join our Facebook group. You can join our Instagram. You can hit us up in any different way. Right now, as it stands, early November 2022, collaborating with us on the Unfound Anamnesis is free. You can create a character, you can create an arc, you can create a beast, you can create an Azigra, you can create wildlife, you can create a place. The world is ripe for creation. Soon that's not going to be true. I've already created actually 3 characters with 2 different people who said, I really want to bring some Colombian influence. I really want to bring some Indian influence into Bistunia. As alluded to in the beginning of this video, I am partial to Christ, and I'm always learning, but I just love my Jesus. Dillon is the pagan, and he's been all over the world, and he's studied philosophies and he's studied religions. But there's so much more that we can learn, that we just will never have that experience like some of you will. So consider our mission statement. Consider joining the Unfound Anamnesis and sharing some of the things maybe in your own culture that you find so near and dear. So this truly can be an escape for escapists into a place where everybody feels included, where we all can move one step forward in our evolution. So thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see y'all on the next video.